Good afternoon, Jeanne. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Charles, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining me on the Q.A.C. team podcast this afternoon.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. So let's go ahead and get started and tell our audience more about who you are and what you do.
Sure. So I'm Jeanne Omlor, and I'm a multi-seven-figure coach. I help coaches and consultants to basically get more clients online without ads and without any complicated tech.
Complicated tech. Yeah, I read your story and you have some very interesting background of, traveling and you took across the country
Mhm.
into a different country and you've been through some a lot of different businesses.
Absolutely. Well, I've been through a lot of lives. My friends say I have more lives than a cat. I've lived in different countries. I've done different things. Lived in different states.
Uh-huh.
Um, had a lot of different. Yeah, lots has changed. I like it.
Yeah, so let's see, a fashion designer, a filmmaker, a food stylist. That stands out to me. Tell us a little bit
Mhm.
about the food stylist. I like that.
That was when I lived in Paris, and I met a cordon bleu chef, and she said, "Oh, I need some help when I'm doing these very upscale um, events and dinners for embassies and important people." And she said, "Would you help me?" I said, "Sure." So I would just help her with whatever, and then I started designing her food. And she said, "How do you do that?" I said, "Well, I do have a degree in design, so I would design all the plates and all the platters and everything to make it look pretty."
Yeah, that sounds fun.
It was actually, yeah.
I'm all about food and fun. So, with all these different adventures and all, so tell us, why did you decide to be a business owner?
Well, I really had to because I was with two children in New York City and I couldn't get a job. I wanted to take care of my own children. So I thought, well, I have to create something on my own. And that was just really out of necessity.
Yeah, necessity.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I went from a working for 16 years in a call center, a big major telecommunications company, and I said I need to be an entrepreneur. I can't do this anymore.
Oh,
You
wow.
know.
And so what do you do? I don't even know that.
Yeah. So basically, I interview what we're doing now. Interview
Hmm.
business owners to help get their story and to help promote them for free.
Hmm.
I also do affiliate marketing. So
Okay.
where if you sell a product or service, you put it on my page
Hmm.
and I help promote it for free. And if
Hmm.
somebody buys from my page, I get a small
Yes.
percentage.
Hmm.
I also do host read ads in my podcast.
Hmm.
And the biggest thing I love to do is I do business reviews.
Mm.
So what I do is I send people in undercover like mystery shopping
Hmm.
and I help, get a report on everything that happens in their business and help coach, train, and mentor their employees on what we found and how to they're good, bad, the ugly, right? So we
Mm.
get it all, we capture it all.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. I think that's a great service.
Thank you. Yeah. So my
Mm.
goal is I want to start traveling with this and I
Hmm.
want to head around state to state and do this live, talk with people and help promote it that way.
Mm.
And so I'm definitely in each state. So what I can do is, train someone in that particular area who could be an
Hmm.
ambassador for me, who can then train people to work as a Q.A.C analyst in that area and then just
Mm.
keep growing the business, organically that way. You know,
Mm. Mm.
that's my
Cool.
vision.
That
Working on
sounds,
it. The
yeah,
next
very
step is I
cool.
want sponsorship so I can get this RV so I can travel in the RV. That's the plan.
Oh, how lovely. You can take your daughter on the RV.
Yeah, so my youngest does want to travel with me. She wants to explore the country and the world as well. We have
Mm.
plans, outside the country as well. But yeah, start somewhere, right? So we're
Yeah,
starting here.
sounds fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely I got the whole everything's planned out. I just got the, get the finalization going and get the sponsors. So I'll get there. So let's talk a little bit about why you chose this industry.
Okay, well, I mean, the thing is, I thought to myself, I need to do something to have a business, and what can I do? And I looked at various things, and I thought, well, coaching is perfect because I've always been coaching people naturally, and it's a great industry. There's very little uh, you know, outlay. You can just coach from home. You don't need to have an office. You The profits are very high because there's no, you're just coaching people. And there's a huge demand for coaching. It is one of the largest growing industries in the world because people have cottoned on. They can actually pay somebody to help them with stuff, all
Yeah.
sorts of stuff. And I think it's
Yeah.
amazing that there are so many coaches for everything. Because then, 20 years ago, even you couldn't just get help with any problem you had. You just couldn't get it. So I think it's amazing. And I
Yeah.
love it. And we've helped over, 500 coaches to have a business, put food on the table, have a life. So I'm very proud of the work we've done to help people to have freedom to choose to not have a job if they don't want to have a job and something for themselves that they're creating. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So you mentioned you've been coaching for a while. Let's talk about that for a
Mhm.
little bit. How many years you been coaching? Have you been different industries? Let's talk a little bit about that. That's
Sure.
interesting.
Sure. So I started off as a life coach 13 years ago. In about 5 minutes, I was a business coach because I was immediately helping people make more money and do their marketing. And my coach at the time, she goes, "You're actually a natural born business coach." So I just got all sorts of clients of all types of business. You name it, they had a business, I could help. That was more when I was doing offline marketing. That was more when I was meeting people, in real life, in networking events, things like that. Um, but then when I got online 5 years ago, I figured out how to not have to do all that work of driving around and meeting people and having more people at your fingertips by learning organic social media marketing, how to get clients sitting anywhere because then you're remote. And that's true freedom, right? Not having to go out and meet people all the time. I don't mind meeting people every now and then if I truly want to meet somebody, but it's it's the freedom to do what you want. Like if I want to go meet somebody and I want to go to an event, it's because I want to go. It's not because I'm desperate to get clients there. I just want to go to that meeting. So
Yeah.
it is really, it started off offline and that kind of kept me poor. I joke about that. That kept me poor not being online. Getting online, I
It kept
got,
you poor.
it did, I mean, I did okay. I was a good coach, but
Uh-huh.
I got to $1 million in 17 months when I
Wow.
started online 5 years ago. I was
That's
like,
great.
wow. I mean, this is just such an incredible gift we have called the
Yeah.
internet. And people
Yeah.
complain about it. I'm like, I would not be, I'm at, several million now with very small team and, insane profits. The profit margin is very high with coaching.
Yeah.
And, if you're not running ads, which I'm not, and, you're helping people, you're free, you can be anywhere you want in the world, just so the time zone works and you don't want to be in the middle of the night. But still, when I do travel, I'll take my coaching calls whenever. So it is
Yeah.
really a gift to be able to do this. And that I don't think people quite get that. They're not really jumping on it as much as they don't have the intense gratitude that I do for in every era there's good and there's bad. What is good right now is that we have the internet and we can just be free and have a job, create our own business
Mhm.
anywhere in the world. We could go traveling. I mean, it is a gift. It
Yeah.
really is.
And I think you said it best, right? You're doing it from home. You do
Mhm.
it virtual, and
Yep.
you also can do it traveling. And I think that's the
Yes.
best thing about coaching is you can do it both ways, and it's so awesome,
Hmm.
to be able to do what we do, you know.
Exactly. You're free.
Yep, yep. You just and that's what I talked about. I really want to just be free and roam the country,
Mm.
and talk to business owners real time, talk to their employees real time,
Hmm.
and really show them what I can do and what I'm capable of, with what I'm
Mm.
doing with my business.
Mm.
So
Yeah. Awesome.
yeah, thank you. Yeah. So let's talk about a little bit some of the challenges that you faced when you first started getting this created and getting going.
I mean, it's always a challenge to market. It really is. People don't understand. It's not that you put a shingle up and people just come to you. You don't build it and they will come. That's amateur thinking. But we all have wishful thinking that we'll start the business and people will just flock to us. That is not the case.
Yeah.
I have had to, you know, my clients actually attract clients better than I do. I feel like I've always had to put like more work to get clients. And maybe that's my lot in life because then I learn how to get those clients in a more difficult way so I can teach other people. So it really is, you really have to understand. You must market at all times.
Yeah.
Marketing is not something that you do, because you feel like it 2 hours one day. And I feel like getting into that mindset that marketing is something you do every day is hard for people because we think, oh, I'm just going to do one thing and I'm going to bring in a flood of clients. It's not what works. It is understanding it's like you eat breakfast every morning, you market every morning. It's a habit. And I think when marketing is a habit, then you just have a better life. You just accept I'm just going to be marketing all the time, and that's my job. And I think there is conflict with people when we don't understand that that's the job is the marketing. The easy part is the delivery, really, you know?
Yeah, you beat me to it, right? Because I found out the hard way that if you, we'll take Facebook, for example, if you post once or twice and you give up for 6, 7 months and you come back and you find out that your engagement is like completely gone. And then you
Right,
post, consistent once or twice a day, or maybe every couple of days, and you look at your engagement goes through the roof. And
right, right.
you hit it, right? You
Consistency.
hit it. The
Yeah,
consistency, right? Yeah.
right. Well, this is what I've learned in 13 years. The very first thing that I learned was that you need to do consistent and persistent action and marketing. Consistent and persistent. Consistent. And when you understand it has to be consistent and persistent, okay, now you know. If you don't know that, you're going to be disappointed.
I agree, right? And I'm a victim of that because when I first restarted this, because I did a mystery shopping company back in
Mm-hmm.
2008 to 2012, just
Mm-hmm.
strictly mystery shopping with just restaurants at a very tight market. And now that I've changed my business model and realized I want to do a lot of other things with what I'm working on, I'm
Mm,
finding that the marketing part, it's gotten hard. It's
right.
changed.
Yeah.
Back then it was easy.
Oh,
I
yeah. I
I,
mean,
I made it.
A Facebook ad, you could do anything and somebody would click and buy. Things have
Yeah,
changed. Ads do
they
not
have.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's my struggle right now as well is, I don't have problems finding the podcast and interviewing and getting things going. But when you
Mm-hmm.
really want to get face to face with a business owner, that's a
Mm,
challenge.
mm,
That's what I'm faced right now is, getting out there and
mm-hmm.
really, really sitting down with these owners and say, look, I can help you. Let's
Right.
work through this,
And you do all your marketing offline?
And all my marketing right now is online.
It's online.
Um,
Oh, good. Good, great.
Yeah, yeah. Most of it. I'm very fortunate. Facebook and Instagram have been godsend for me.
Mm-hmm.
I've just now started getting back into LinkedIn, and
Mm,
I'm getting there. I know I did about 4 posts so far,
mhm.
and I'm getting some engagement. It's people are starting to see it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's going to
Yeah.
be slow. It's going to take time, right?
Mm, mm.
Yeah, nothing happens overnight, right?
Nope.
But
Although
as I
some of my
learned,
clients have had overnight success, I'm jealous. Some of my clients come in and I just tell them a few things and I was like, they just got a flood. One of my clients came in and she got to 91,000 in 4 weeks. So sometimes it is overnight.
wow, 90. What does she do? Put her in touch with me. Oh, man,
Right.
that's what I need you for.
That's right. Well, actually put you in touch with me. I'm the one that helped her do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm skipping a step here. I'm sorry. Right. So, what are some of the expectations for your business in the next year or two? What are you hoping to accomplish?
I'm just growing it more. I'm so happy with my business and it's growing. I have fantastic clients. And it's just to me, it's just steadily growing every year. I just grow it. And, I try different things but I have a program I've been doing for 5 years. It works. And you can do a year, you can do 12 weeks. It just works. We have it
Mm.
so dialed in, it just works. And I'm an expert at few things, I'm expert at few things. And that's a good thing because this is it. This is what we're going to help you with. We know how to do it. I have a team. It just works. So it's just that I might create some smaller products or something. I do have a very high end offer that has nothing to do with my coaching program, which is for high end CEOs. I'm probably going to try to get a few more of those. But yeah, it's exciting because I have a point where I don't overwork. I love my clients. It's working. We're all happy.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned higher end CEOs.
Mm,
Do you have a
mm.
specific niche market that you hit, or are you okay with hitting any level in type of a business who's looking for marketing?
Well, it's 250K for that, so they have to be a certain level. Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's it's called private. That's not my normal offer. It's called private label advisory. Usually it's people that know people introduce me to people. It's usually by word of mouth. And I don't market a lot of that because marketing that way isn't going to get that kind of a client. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, it's a very specific type of client, that is either a CEO that's exiting that doesn't know what to do with their lives and they're lost and they need
Right.
purpose and they need to figure out what's the next step, or it's a CEO that's like leadership shot. Maybe they're, they've gone down on the Fortune 500 or they're having issues, right? And they just need it. I'm a fixer. I fix everything and I'll bring other
Yeah.
people in as well. That's different from my core offer. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's talk about your core offer a little bit. And I know you have something you offer for free. Tell us a little bit about that.
I offer something for free.
Yeah. On your website, you schedule a free business strategy session.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not free coaching. No. That's actually a sales call. That is a call where I get clear on like what's going on.
Right.
What do you want? Is there something we can help with? And I'll be really clear whether, but that's not an actual coaching call. Okay. It's actually a sales call, but there is some working out, it's a,
Yeah,
it
like
is
it's a strategy, right? You
it's
could
a strategy
strategize on,
session. Yes. Yes.
yeah, on what's
Okay,
going to happen.
so no free coaching. I just want to be clear. Um, I'm a high ticket coach and I help others to position high ticket coaching because this is the thing. I do not want to help people make $100. That is not life changing.
Yeah.
I want to help people go out and get a cash injection and have meaningful wealth injected into their business immediately. And they're great. Now I got a high ticket. Now I get another one. That's meaningful for me, not
Yeah.
to help people to keep them back and do the old way that coaches used to coach us that you're going to charge 80 in one session. No, I want to shortcut that and truly change people's lives immediately. So it's
Yeah.
high ticket. Some do mid ticket, and some people do want to do those membership, which are good. Some people are like, well, I just want to do the membership. Sure, I'll help you with that as well. That takes longer to get the money
Yeah.
coming in.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a 12-week and we have a year, and we just it's results. Like, how do we go get these clients online, as many as we can, and get a system in place for a steady stream of leads so they can do that over and over again. It's not just a whim or random. It's like, okay, we need a fishing rod. It's how you do it. And everybody's different. It's no cookie cutting because everybody has a different offer. So we work out which, you mentioned 3 platforms. We work out who should be on which one of those to begin with. We help on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And it's just really about working out what's aligned for your brand and what's going to bring in those clients ASAP and
Right.
just build on that.
Right.
You'd be amazed, you get one high ticket, you get another, you get another. It adds up.
Like you said, right? Sometimes it just takes one specific client and
Yes.
can take you to the whole. You could skip 7 levels and
Hmm.
be right where you want to be in the 6 and 7 figures
Exactly.
instantly. Yeah.
You work that out. I mean, if say I help somebody charge $5,000 for a program and they were having to get one client each paying 100, all that marketing to sell $100 session when you could get market once and get a $5,000 client. Make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that speaks volumes
Mm,
for what you're looking for versus what people can actually accomplish, right? Because there's so
mm.
many people like myself who, years ago, I thought to myself, I'm never going to accomplish anything. I'm too small. I'm not going to make it. It's going to take me 5, 10 years to get where I want to be. So I'm shortchanging myself by having that kind of thinking where I should be mentoring and coaching and pull in someone who can actually get me to that next level, who can actually
Exactly.
help me do that.
Right. And I'm all about fast tracking. I hire so many people. If I know
Uh,
I'm going to save time, I hire them. You win some,
nice.
you'll lose some, but I'm ahead. And
Yeah.
and just that curiosity of hiring people, you do sift through and get good people. Not every investment is a good one in this life. Investors, they get 7 out of 10. They're feeling like they're rock stars.
Yeah.
True story. So yeah, I really feel like what we don't want to do is waste time in our lives. There is no way we're ever going to buy time back. We won't.
Yeah.
Money, you can win, you can lose, you can win, you can lose millions, you can get millions. You cannot get your time back. I know it sounds like a cliche, but the older I get, I'm like, well, if I'm going to save time, sure, I'm going to pay that person
Yeah.
rather
I,
than
no, I
waste a
agree.
year or two. Yeah,
I agree 100%, with the time, because that is so true. You never get time back. If you're wasting time trying to get yourself forward to make $100, but yet you work with someone who can get you 5,000 in
mm.
a week, why not?
But it's also not
Okay.
just that, it's the exponential lack, a compounded lack. Because If somebody shows you and says, here's a fishing rod, and you're going to be able to get these clients, it's not just the one, it's now you have a key to open a door to do it over and over again, rinse and repeat. Make sense? It's not just
And
the time, it's the time wasted
yes,
and also the clients you've lost in the time that passed while you're trying to get the fishing rod. It's like if you're fishing and you don't have a good fishing rod and somebody next to you is catching all the fish. Okay,
yeah,
you could say, well, I wasted 2 weeks not getting the fish. No, you also lost all the fish that you
yeah,
lost in the 2 weeks. Make
yeah,
sense?
absolutely. Yep. Or the big giant catfish swims by and you're trying to catch the minnows.
Right.
I get it, and yeah, I'm there. And I've been thinking about that a lot for the past, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 months now.
Mm,
Is that, I really want to push myself forward. I love what I'm
mm,
doing. This is right where I want to be. I'm back into business of coaching,
mm,
mentoring. This podcasting is really something this is my passion, right? And
mm,
I can't wait to really just get out there and push this forward and
mhm.
stop playing around with the minnows and go out to those giant catfish now, and really reel them
Right.
in, you
Right.
know?
Begs the question, do you have a coach?
I do not.
Ah, we got to talk.
Yeah, I trust me, I will reach out to you after that. I definitely want to reach out because,
Mm.
looking at what you do and it aligns with what I'm trying to accomplish, you
Right.
know?
And you know what? This is what people don't can't comprehend because when we are not already successful, okay, it is hard to comprehend what that is like to be successful. Okay. I'm the same person. However, I am so much happier that I feel like I am fulfilling my potential because it's not just about money. It's about helping people, getting money, getting that money and helping people with the money as well. I have like an idea for a foundation. So I want to make a lot more money, not because I need it. I actually live quite simply, but because I want it, because then I can do more. I can help more people. So it is hard to comprehend how good that feels. It's also hard to comprehend that it might actually happen to you. People, oh, that's never going to happen to me. Oh, I'm just a normal person. I was the same. I had to pinch myself when I saw that I had brought in the first million. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
I was like, wait, did I just bring in 1 million? No. And I,
yeah,
I kept doing my numbers over and over again. And I literally
yeah,
had to pinch myself. I thought, wow, this is possible. It just happened by doing the work, by the way, you know?
yeah,
And then you're
yeah.
like, great things can happen to anybody.
Anybody? Yep. I think one of the best
Yeah.
things that was said to me was, Chuck, you did it before, you can do it again. And
Right.
it took a while for me to really let that sink in because it's true. I did it before, I can do it again.
But even if you have
Self
not
count.
done it before, what if you have not done it before? What then?
Yeah. What then? Yeah, I would not be where I am.
No, no, I didn't do
Yeah.
it before.
Yeah.
What's the before? You have to do it the first time. So
Yeah.
I'm saying I had no, not, I was in deep debt 5 years ago,
Yeah.
54 years old too. I was in my 50s, deep debt. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have not made it. I have 2 children. Okay. I'm a solo parent. And I thought, oh my gosh, this hasn't happened. I have to do something. So I miraculously turned this around by sheer will. I will get online. I will figure this out. It just
Yeah.
has to happen. And I found something, and people are like, I love that. Just being myself. And I started getting more clients. This is like a dream come true. I mean, I did the work, I did create it, but I did not falter. I thought, I'm just going to keep going. I'm keep going. And and when I got to the million, I just thought, I can't believe this. It worked. Wow, great things happen at any time in
And
your
I
life.
gotta clap
Yes.
to you, man. I tell you, that's amazing.
And thank you. And by the way, after that first million, you have to make sure you really love what you do because the second million is like, I was already on a mission. So I had no problems. But if you are just merely making money and you get to that first million, some people fall off after that because there's no meaning or purpose. I had purpose, vast purpose. So I just kept going. I'm like helping people, coach other people. I only work with visionary coaches that really care. That's my
Yeah.
thing. They have
That
to care.
drive, right?
They don't care about other people. I don't want them as a client.
Yeah.
It's
That
so
drive, right? You got to have that drive from your
no,
heart.
the drive to help others with their
Yeah.
coaching makes sense. So then I
Absolutely.
feel like, wow, I'm going to help you coach somebody else and help transform their life. Great. That's even better for me. I'm helping you help people. So it's
Yeah.
so purpose driven. Make sense?
Yeah.
So to me, to
Absolutely.
keep going was just so easy. To keep going now is so easy when I
Yeah.
see the value and how much, my clients are crying when they're getting results. Like, I never thought I would do this.
Yeah.
It's amazing for me. I love my job.
Yeah. Same here. I am so passionate for what I do. I really love it. So tell our audience, how do we reach out to you? How do we contact you?
Sure. So easy. My name, Jeanne, Omlor on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Jeanne Omlor, gmail.com, JeanneOmlor.com it's so easy to find me. It's all my name. I make it simple. And I'm sure you're going to put the reviews in the show notes so they can see the results from my clients.
Absolutely. I'll put your link in the show notes. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, John, thank you so much for coming on. This has been a pleasure. It's been eye-opening. You give me that fire and that passion to really want to just keep going because I know what I'm doing is going to make a difference in other people's lives. And that's what
Mhm.
makes me do what I do.
Awesome. I feel
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And I love to hear that you were the same way. Like we're the same because you had that drive to not only help yourself, but you help other people. And that's what it's
Right.
all about, right? That's what life is about,
It's
you know?
compounded good, I call it.
Yeah, I love that. Compounded good. Love it.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So welcome.
Awesome. Anything else you want to leave with our listeners?
Yes. You know what? Life is too short. Life is short. And I just want to say, you are worthy and ready for whatever it is that you want right now. There is no waiting for when I do this or when I lose 5 pounds or when I'll be worthy. You're worthy right now. You're worthy this moment. So if there is something that you want to create in your life, go take the first step today. That's my message.
Take that first step.
Today.
That's important. I love it. John, thank you so much again for coming on. Been a pleasure.
Me too. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I love your story. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Take care. Bye.
Take care.
You've been listening to the Q.A.C. Team podcast with your host, Charles Luttrell. Connect with us on the web at QACteam.com, TikTok at Q.A.C. Team, Facebook and Instagram at QAC.team. Thanks for your support.